back, those of you watching at halftime, and if you're checking out our videos on YouTube, it's time for another player profile. Jacina Hall with women's basketball joining me now. Hi, Jacina. Thanks for giving us some of your time.
Hey, Chris.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and all that good stuff.
All right, so I'm a senior, and I transferred here from another college, Mount Olive, and before that, I came from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. That's where I did my high school and middle school, but I grew up in a small town called Folkestone, Georgia. That the most thing that's famous for is the Okefenokee Swamp.
Okay, now tell me about the Okefenokee Swamp.
It's like a big swamp with like alligators, crocodiles, and snakes and everything. And we used to go out there in like a little boat, and the tour guide would like crocodile jack us type thing.
So it's a little bit like the Everglades.
Yeah.
Where in Georgia is this? Has to be towards maybe Augusta.
Southern Georgia, like 10 miles from the Florida line.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Yeah, I've driven around there, and yeah, it is very swampy. So you come from a military family, am I right to assume that then? If you went to Camp Lejeune?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that life.
Well, I didn't really get much of the military life. My granddad retired after World War I, and my family just decided to settle there. My mom went to like Japan and stuff, but I never got to go.
Oh, really? Now, why didn't you get to go?
Because I wasn't born.
Oh, that would make sense. That's good logical reasoning there. All right, moving on. So you went from Lejeune to where?
To Mount Olive to here.
Okay, tell me about where is Mount Olive?
Eastern North Carolina in Goldsboro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I lived in Eastern North Carolina. You made the right choice coming here. What was the decision to move on and come to Warren Wilson?
The triad. My mom and me sat down and like thought about like life outside after basketball, and like the work service and academics part of it could look good on like your resume and give you real life transferable experiences.
Yeah, the reason why I'm where I'm at is because I worked in college, and I really believe that I had an advantage over other people because I had an actual resume. I had something filled out, and you know that kind of experience is really going to help you. So what do you want to do after college?
I want to go back to Camp Lejeune and be a military social worker.
Oh, really? So what would that entail? Tell me a little bit about, I know social work in general, but how does that apply to the military?
If you're a military social worker, there's a whole bunch of different ranges, but my specific focus is going to be counseling Marines and their families or veterans in general that come back from war with post-traumatic stress disorder.
So you got a hard life coming up, Jacina. You're gonna have to need to laugh once in a while.
Yeah, self-care is very important.
Yeah, but it's certainly something that I see reports on this all the time, and you talk to people, and it's something that's still a little bit shameful for people to admit, and it's difficult. So how do you handle that? How do you help those people?
Just day by day, just like reassuring them, letting them know it's okay. Like it's not a failure on their behalf. It's just like life experiences that they went through and that they can work through it.
It's just amazing to me what some of those guys go to, and there's a political side that you can talk about. We're not going to talk about that side of it, but just the things that they experience, you can't put yourself in that frame of mind, really, can you?
No, you can't.
And obviously important to fund things like that, and yeah. So all right, I've talked to Lilvia, I've talked to Brogan, and I've talked to you, and you're all going on and doing big things. Do you have the senioritis? Is that setting in yet?
Oh, that's beyond setting in.
I had it so bad when I was in college. I didn't even walk. I got out of there. My last class, I had my car packed, and as soon as she said class dismissed, I was gone, and I was home in 2 hours. So
safe for the ceremony.
No. I didn't need to just mail me the diploma, and it was time to go. So I understand. I'll help you through it for basketball at least, and then you're on your own.
Yeah, help me through it.
All right, Jacina Hall, everybody. That's going to do it. Jacina, I guess we're out of time, so thank you for your time, and good luck this season.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, that's Jacina Hall, everybody. Those of you watching at halftime, I'll give you stats and the second half coming up, and those of you watching on YouTube, feel free to watch more videos.